potential, isn't there?
Well, he's going in one direction. Gary Anderson's got a lot of pride when to defend. And Gary sometimes elects not to play the World Cup. We'll just see what happens.
Interesting to see what 2023 has in store for Gary Anderson.
93. Damon, you require 103.
Great response. Single 11. The double 16. And that is a 12-darter from Damon Heta.
He's in trouble here, Alan Suter.
Yeah, well, he's got a first 9 average of 85. Damon's is close to 111. So every visit in the opening 3 legs, he's giving away 25 points, so 75 behind after 9 darts thrown.
Invites pressure as well, because you glance and he's being clean on these sort of finishes. This is as good as the match for me.
90.
Suter hangs on in there, but this 66 has to go.
66.
Lots of different options for this. Going treble 10 for double 18.
Needed that. They weren't poorly thrown darts, to be fair, but needed it to go. And this for 4-1. But crucially, a double breaker throw. And he's a long way back now for Alan Suter.
Certainly been in his practice room.
Yeah, I think Key brought his family with him, hasn't he? So that just gives you that comfort. And it's certainly helped his progress. Seeing a lot of players who come over, and it can be a lonely game, darts, and things aren't going well, but generally things have gone pretty well for Damon Heta, haven't they?
He just seems to have got the formula right. Enjoying being a top-level pro. He's producing top-level darts. And double 16 for 5-1. Sumptuous stuff.
Damon Heta.
Well, it's sandwiched in the middle, isn't it? Well, even more possible now. It's just been clinical from Heta, and can he finish the job?
72.
He can't quite yet, but as Suter pulls this 150 out the bag, you feel his race is run, and it's been a convincing display.
I think that little nod is one of acceptance, isn't it?
50.
Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say the bloke was too good today. I think Alan Suter's about to do that, because the Aussie #1's looking at double 16 for a 6-2 win, and that's what it is. Damon Heta, the heat overcomes Alan Suter.
Just left it too late. Allowed Larson to book his place here.
180.
I feel like he's improved as well. The more we've seen of him on the European tour.
His throw is very lungy though, isn't it? It looks like
100.
it's prone to a few loose darts, but yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I think we've seen the best version of Daniel Larson this year. Here was Humphries again.
170. Daniel require 124.
Treble 18.
56. Luke
We do.
31.
And he certainly does at the moment. And why wouldn't he when he's playing this well? Humphries just came out, charging out in that form that saw him pick up all of those 4 titles on the Euro Tour earlier this year. The first couple of legs were absolutely emphatic. But it's become a bit of a battle of a match since then. Larson playing a decent level, but Lucas dropped below his own par standard. Another go at this.
It's unlucky, mate. Oh, brilliant setup. Unless Humphries can take out the 170, Larson should level up this tie, and Humphries isn't going to take it out. This is good from Daniel Larson. He's blown away in the first couple of legs, 24 darts, and he was 2 legs down. But this for 3-3, and nobody thought this would be the case. Humphries led 2-0 and 3-1, but credit to Daniel.
Been the big difference for me in the scoring stakes. One big treble a visit has seemed to be the pattern for Daniel Larson.
Yeah, he needed the other treble there, didn't he?
58.
Just lets his head drop again.
Yeah, he's kind of done that a bit more in this game, and I said that was something he sort of cleared up, but very evident on a few occasions.
90. 95. Luke, you require 111.
All the ones. There's one of them. And the ball. Luke Humphries.
Luke Humphries.
Well, he rescued that shot, didn't he? His average standard over an entire year
His mean average.
180.
That's a mean visit.
Certainly is. A decent cushion for Luke Humphries, not just in the match but in this leg. Here he goes again. Wow. How easy did that look?
It's almost like that bullseye finish there has just reignited Humphries in this game, and he's found the level to end the match, of which he started it with.
Luke required 41.
It's allowed him to relax, hasn't it? And whilst not at his best, Luke Humphries, his average is close to 101. That'll obviously come down now. He'll be back. Larson just looking to put a dent in his 201, but the likelihood is these are his last 3 darts here at the German Darts Open.
125. Luke required 32.
Managed to beat Jamie Hughes. Did Daniel Larson yesterday. But Luke Humphries was just too good for him, even if he himself didn't seem to think he was that good in that game.
140.
Somebody like a player we've already seen tonight, Damon Hatter, he's got a higher average than that over the course of the year. And over a sustained period, you're thinking, well, he's playing a higher standard of darts. It's not
100.
necessarily translating into titles.
But it's top level stuff, isn't it? To be averaging mid-90s to high 90s over a lot of games is incredible.
And of course, Joe Cullen absolutely walloped Damon Hatter in the match play. As Joe Mernon looks at the 11th segment and now the ball to go into the lead. And that is back-to-back 15 darters. Checkouts a 96 and then 121. Let's look at this. Ooh.
He hasn't done much this year, has he, Joe Mernon? If he were to get this result, it would be a real statement win. Yes, he did beat Joe Cullen earlier in a floor event, but beating him on a Euro Tour a week after he won a Euro Tour. The best run he's had this year was a quarter-final run in the 3rd Players' Championship event of the year.
58.
Yeah, a long while ago.
Yeah, he lost to the man you mentioned, Damon Hatter. Oh, this is lovely. Double 18.
Oh, yes. Absolutely majestic. I mean, it's not often that I would think to liken Joe Mernon to a swan, but there is an element of it.
Gliding across the water, 85. Maybe paddling away underneath. Ducks do the same.
Swans will break your arm, though.
100.
Oh, looking good for a level game once again.
$59. Joey
Certainly now.
116.
Double 18, the choice. And that's why.
Excellent finishing continues. Well, the beauty about sport, but particularly in darts, is that you can
59.
see 2 guys playing world-class stuff and look like they're never going to stop, but then that pub leg might be around the corner at any point.
We might not get to the last leg decider.
Oh no! That is a savage deflection off the fly. He would have been on a 2-darter if that had found the treble 20, and it's got to have been close.
Treble 13.
123.
Well, all is not lost. He can still win in sensational style, but Cullen will come back. And the way the pair of them have been finishing, you would expect him to clean this up and force the sudden death shootout.
Well, it's been absolutely sublime for the pair of them. He's just been very unlucky.
99.
Does he use the pretty hard plasticky flight?
It looks a thicker flight than normal, or than some, I should say. And Joe Cullen is first to a finish.
And it could cost him, because he will be And 1-2-3 now. Well, we could see that scrappy end to the match, or we could see something sublime to win it.
Is it sublime? Is it sublime? It is absolutely masterful. Oh my word. The two Joes serve up an incredible contest. The number of times that we saw Peter Wright beaten in major final after major final, Euro Tour final after Euro Tour final, ranking final after ranking final by the same man. And he would continue to pick himself up and go again and keep putting himself in those positions. And there were times, even that UK Open win, people were putting an asterisk next to it, well, Van Gerwen wasn't there, so that doesn't really count. I think he's banished all of that since then.
Well, the first World Championship when he dominated against Michael Van Gerwen. Really banished that.
137.
But Peter Wright is doing a real job on Raymond van Barneveld here. And Barneveld being restricted to feeding on scraps. It's looking like a 3-leg lead, and Barneveld, who raced through his game yesterday, 6 legs without reply. It could be the opening 3 without reply against him here.
Well, it's a 14 darter.
And then he had 2 darts there. He could be on the brink of a place in the last 16, but instead he's involved in a real scrap here.
Barney threatening the best leg of the match so far. Even a maximum from Peter Wright. Can't stop Barney having a crack at this 96. Well, he does just tap him on the shoulder. It's only a light tap. Yeah, beautiful. It's in, 8-8 for 3 apiece.
Yeah, comfortable leg this would be.
80.
How close is that?
PT, you require 121.
Treble 17 and bull.
This would hurt Raymond van Barneveld. This would get the head shaking.
96.
How close was that?
Raymond, you require 16.
It was close to busting. It was,
That
was right in the middle. And that is 3 legs apiece. Dart players are stubborn, aren't they? I mean, Daryl Gurney this afternoon, he wouldn't leave double 16 alone, would he? And in the end, it was the match-winning double.
134.
Yeah, it's
Raymond, you require 121.
the way of a dart player, isn't it? You've got to have that stubbornness to be successful.
62.
Like that shot from Raymond.
PT, you require 167.
But Peter Wright can pull a bit of magic out the hat here. They're putting one away from the next round, but he's not going to.
$131. Raymond, you require 59.
Pull that one.
49.
And
PT, you require 36.
all his hard work undone, really, after getting 3 legs in succession to level up the tie. Has he just gifted a break of throw to Peter Wright? He has. I'll say a gift. It was a 13 dart leg. It's a real leg of quality. He's a man who believes in his ability. He believes in whatever equipment he uses or whatever style he uses. Peter Wright thinks he can be the best, and performances like this that illustrate why. Hasn't looked spectacular, but stats say differently.
Doesn't need to go double-double. Why don't you go 16s? Or just be stubborn and hit it because you're an absolute surgeon of a man. 8-8.
80.
One match start missed. And Raymond van Barneveld could be throwing his last 3 darts at the German Darts Open. And he's throwing him like a beaten man, isn't he?
100.
Does find a treble, but Peter Wright to cap off a fine display.
Peter Wright back on the Euro Tour. And back winning games on the Euro Tour. A 6-3 victory in the big name clash of the evening.
And then to finish the evening, Rob Cross and Martin Lukman. So Still some fantastic matches to come this evening.
Yeah, so far it's been success for the seeds tonight, though Joe Cullen was taken right down to the wire by Joe Mernon in his victory, the winner, of course, of last weekend's Euro 2 event, Cullen. Williams may win this leg. Needed another treble 20 to get a dart at the bull, but it is a three-figure outshot in front of Price to break.
Treble 17 for tops. And he's going to get a dart for the breaker throw here. And gets it. And not the start Louis Williams wanted.
He's in the top 5 as well in terms of bullseye hitting in world darts. Do you know who the best bulls hitter is? James Wade.
I didn't get a chance to guess. That was my guess. I wrote it down here. Look.
Can't read your writing.
2 seconds. Just find the page. Look, James Wade. Wrote it down.
Can confirm it does say that.
Just smudged it because it's quite fresh ink. Good response here from Louis Williams. Got to keep this to a minimum of 1 breaker throw. Treble 13 maybe. Ah, brilliant setter. Potential 10 dart leg, and he's giving it some back here, Louis Williams. And
100. Louis
playing well, Louis.
32.
Yeah, a bit of swagger there, wasn't there, as he stomped away from that super setup shot. And he gives it a roar.
More players get involved at sort of a professional level now, and it's good to see.
Well, there must be a fair few that picked up darts because of you.
170.
Sensible play from Louis Williams. I'd hope so, Chris, yeah, but going back, Louis Williams went for the 25 at the last dart, managed to hit ball, but the 25 left 167, and he's threatening to break back here.
Yeah, good fighting, good thinking, good throwing. Another in there. Leaves double top and a chance to hoist Price by his own petard. Absolutely brilliant. He gets the crowd going as well.
Still a stage, but not quite the atmosphere of a European tour, and irrelevantly average now. Gavin Price has turned the screw on him here.
He got a win down in the World Series events, didn't he, Price?
Yeah, beat Johnny Clayton in the final one in New Zealand.
99.
Johnny had a good spell down there. I think he sort of regained some form. He let his match slip against Dave Chisnell last week. Gavin Price are risking letting this leg slip here because it's very gettable for Louis Williams, all on the same segment of the ball.
Louis require 120.
Could be a real steal.
He's had the 1-4-2, and that is an absolutely delicious guide.
Taking his time, he knows how important it is. Wait for the roar if this goes in from Louis Williams. Pulls it low. Maybe took a little bit too much time.
Going require 10.
Maybe let out a bit of a nervous laugh then as well, Louis Williams. Price punishes. Price apologises. Don't see that very much.
Gavin Price is to lose 6 darts at 166 to wrap up a hard-fought victory.
57.
Well, just a little offering of optimism maybe here to Louis Williams. Stayed over a ton by not finding a treble there, so we'll have to find one to get a go at a double, Gavin Price,
60.
but that doesn't really
Going
take much advantage.
109.
Now, Louis has hit a 1-4-2 in the match, but hitting one to save the match if he gets a chance is a massive ask,
91.
but he is going to get a chance.
Louis require 148.
4-8 to keep himself in this all-Welsh affair.
Do wonder about
56.
the method here from Price.
Going to require 80.
Straight for it,
Definitely.
straight in it. And that is a victory for Gavin Price, but boy was he made to work hard for it, Louis Williams.
But it would be good to see particular tournaments retain their name and retain at least some sort of geographical identity as well.
Danny, you require 84.
Bullseye. Can't locate that target.
Martin require 92.
There's a chance for Schindler to get a buffer.
Oh, well, it's going to have to be treble 20. That looked very close to the bullseye itself. It may have just caught a wire and fallen out. But what a rescue this would be. What a rescue that is. He's thrown 3 darts in that visit.
It's an interesting game, isn't it? Not as high a standard as most of the matches we've seen this evening, any of the matches in fact. But it's well poised. You're not quite sure what's going to happen.
45.
But the indications
Martin require 96.
in the last couple of visits are that Schindler is about to put his foot down.
He'll find his way to the treble.
56.
Maybe double-double was a shot there. He threatened the 120 in the last leg. He's threatening it now.
100.
Got away with that one, Martin Schindler. But what he has done by not going double-double, he is pretty much guaranteed he'd get 3 darts at double when he returns. It was just a chance he didn't return.
Double 10 in the end. And it is the end of the leg. It's a break and throw too. Feast time again, but only to get back in the leg.
59.
Very much back in it though after that trip up from Van Trijk.
Can he stay? Yeah, he does stay. You can't even describe him as unorthodox nowadays. He's becoming more orthodox.
We saw a huge 1-4-2 check out from Lou Williams in the previous match. He went that treble 17 route that Van Trijk just tried.
Martin requires
but his efforts may be in vain in this match because Martin Schindler has seen enough with a few flashes of brilliance in an otherwise scrappy affair.
Good reply from Johnny, but a good setup here from Jim Williams. And he could get that break back. Well, we talked about that, players being stubborn. I think Jim knows he probably should have come down sooner here. He could be aiming at a treble 19 with a guide or one already in there. Fair play to him though.
Johnny require 155.
I didn't think he was going to hit that because he looked really despondent.
99. Jim, you require 124.
14 segment. Double 11.
This is big. And he gets it. What a shot from Jim Williams. And there's the break back. I'm not seeing a similar level of performance from Johnny here.
That was, I think, Peter Wright. He took that 3-leg lead playing brilliantly. Did go off the boil, but then went back to that.
Yeah.
And Johnny Clayton started playing pretty average stuff, but it was still enough for that 3-leg lead. We haven't seen Johnny Clayton hit anywhere near top gear in this game. Well, that doesn't do him any harm, but it may be pointless, and that dismissive wave of the hands suggests that he thinks this leg might go anyway.
Jim Williams turned the screw on Johnny Clayton. This for the 4th consecutive leg. And it is, and he leads for the first time in the match. He's letting Johnny back in, and Johnny's first to a finish, so we could be going to 4 apiece here. A bit of work to do though for Johnny. Jim Williams can force the issue here.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, you expect the 180 here, don't you?
180!
4 maximums in 5 legs from Jim Williams as he's trying to turn the screw on Johnny Clayton. The Ferret double 18. Big dart. Big dart from the Ferret.
It's not the time to come up dry. Needs a treble. Gets one big last start from Jim. Ferret's found that treble though. Look at him here again. Superb stuff. And Jim Williams had a poke at 1-2-1. He needed to hit it in the previous leg. Didn't. 1-2-7's a similar shot. Needs to hit it. Willie on this occasion. Bullseye again.
Agonising stuff for Jim Williams. He took out the world champion Peter Wright last week in Hungary.
Not there yet, Johnny. And more match darts survived for Jim Williams.
Jimmy required 25.
Luck going to be on his side again. Double 8 to send us all the way. Double 4. Got to go, Jim Williams. And it does, and he pulled that dart well inside.
Johnny
Surely this time,
8.
Ferret will finish the job.
And the Ferret does exactly that. Jim Williams unable to take out a seeded player.
That's incredible, that, isn't it? Just because the qualifiers, I mean, when I played, there was just the players from the UK in the qualifier. It's all mixed now because you've got the Dutch, the German players, and so it's even harder now. But Lukeman has made it look
100.
pretty easy at times. He won't be in Belgium though, and he won't be in Gibraltar.
Well, you consider there are players that have never played on the Euro Tour.
57.
It's just really difficult. There's a lot of. Sometimes you can have to play 3 matches just to qualify. Lukeman will bow out of the European
62.
Tour.
I believe the highest ranked player never to have played is still Scott Mitchell.
He won't be seeing Scott Mitchell. And he may be another casualty going back to Q School.
Well, will Lukeman be a casualty of cross here? Because that is the break of throw.
$58.
I'm just wondering. Lukeman looking for some tired darts here. And he said he's been here since 3 o'clock. It's 8 hours.
Can he
Martin, you require 164.
wake up and produce something to alarm Rob Cross? (19s or 15s).
94. Rob, you require 32.
This is for a real cushion. It's a 4-1 lead, but with a double break. And the setup play was brilliant from Rob.
Baffled that he's missed a double. Hit his first 3.
Games from the 5th leg.
But gets there in the end, and the misses don't matter.
In what has been a breakthrough year for him.
91.
Yeah, some big games tomorrow, isn't there, for players that did get through, the likes of Luke Woodhouse and Ross Smith, who exceeded opposition today.
Rob, you require
Right at the bottom of that
170.
ranking in the provisional spots. Christoph Ratajski as well, who plays the winner of this just outside. That's in for Rob Cross.
It's a bigger day for Woodhouse and Ratajski than Smith. Smith's got a couple more, but I think he's in one of them anyway. Woodhouse and Ratajski are done after tomorrow in the European Tour, so it's basically get it done tomorrow or they won't be in the European Championship finals. But Cross has 3 match darts to wrap up day 2 here.
And that's a little bit of a side story for tomorrow, and we'll bring you the action. And it's a day's action that will include the 2-time European champion and former world champion Rob Cross.